So when I finished high school, I headed straight to New York City. And I met a girl there. Pale blue eyes, dark hair, porcelain skin with like freckles across her perfect nose. She was gorgeous. And it wasn't just that she was beautiful, she was also smart, she was funny, she knew 3 languages. And so I did what every young man does when he's intimidated by a beautiful woman. I assumed she was a lesbian. And I didn't have any game because I had grown up as a fat kid. And that was in the 90s, right? Things were different then. In the 90s, you could be throwing rocks at a fat kid's head. And if they caught you doing that on camera, Bob Saget would give you $10,000. So imagine my surprise when I found myself as the main character of a classic New York love story. You know the one. Boy goes to the big city, meets a pretty girl. She sweeps him off his feet, and the rest is history. You know, and it was going great. I was making her laugh. We talked late into the night. Sometimes she'd make other noises as well. And so when my roommates decided to all move into this big collective house in Brooklyn, it made sense that we would just move in together. And as soon as we had that idea, it started to go sour. Right? She got more distant. I got more desperate. Then she met with her ex-boyfriend, the one who broke her heart. So she went back for the holidays to Switzerland. And when she came back, I surprised her at the airport. And she surprised me by dumping me the day before we were supposed to move in together. Which means that the first girlfriend I ever lived with was my ex-girlfriend. But I thought I could fix it, right? I can make this work. And so when my roommates would say, do you want to switch? I'd be like, no, I think it's okay. And for some reason, she would say the same thing. It's pity, right? It's pity. But that gave me a glimmer of hope, right? For 6 excruciating months. And then she decided to move out. Now at the time, my buddy Alon had a van, so he ran a man with a van moving company off Craigslist. You'd get jobs and we would move people out of a 3rd-story walk-up and into a 4th-floor walk-up. And so when she moved out, I borrowed the van because I wanted her to know how generous I could be. I wanted her to know how helpful I could be, how much integrity I had, right? Because I thought, maybe she'll think I like having sex with people with integrity. But the problem was not just that I had to move her out, but I was moving her new roommate in, the ex-boyfriend, the one that had broken her heart. And that's when I realized I never had a chance. Because I thought that I was the star of this story, but I was actually just the rebound guy, right? I was the blip in her classic New York love story. You know the one, pretty girl goes to the city, meets a charming guy, he breaks her heart, and after dating a few losers, they realize they're perfect for each other and they get back together. I was Billy Zane from Titanic. Who? Exactly. And it hurt. It hurt realizing that. But it felt a little better when I found out that they actually went ahead and got married. And it felt a lot better when they got divorced. All right.